Hi, I'm Chris Burbridge of Awakening at Work, and I help small businesses, solopreneurs go home earlier, work better, and have more money. So I do this through a whole variety of things, from branding to marketing to strategy, but today what we're going to talk about is process. And I've come up with a framework of three sort of process areas where you should be able to find a 10 to 30% increase in your income and a 10 to 30% decrease in your time at work. So whether you're just like getting started and you want to know how to set up processes correctly, or you're kind of deluged by clients but not feeling like you're making a lot of headway, or you have any time to work on the business, these processes should help you a lot. So that basically boils down to three different areas that we're going to talk about, okay? So the first area is being all things to all people. The second area is not having any process or procedures. And the third is reinventing the wheel. So they might all sound a little similar, but they're a little bit different. Okay, so here we go. So first of all, trying to be all things to all people. So maybe you're in a desperate struggle, you want to take every client you can, but what I've seen over and over again is when you try and do that, it's very hard to differentiate. You have a hard time standing out from the crowd, and then you end up, suffering for that and actually like making less money. Okay, number two, reinventing the wheel. So you have no clear and systemized process for contracts, proposals, or pricing. I'm going to give solutions for all three of these, by the way. Okay, in just a moment. And then the third one is you end up taking much longer than you budgeted for on projects. So like I've done this a lot of times, and I've had to develop a lot of ways to not do this. If you have like a fixed fee on a project, you end up going way over and you're basically making minimum wage or whatever. Either that or you feel guilty and you're not charging for all the hours, so there's a lot of ways to screw yourself that way too. All right, so by the way, at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a link to some free worksheets that you'll be able to use, and a free coaching call, which is an actual free thing that I will not sell you anything. I will just give you if you want the bare bones thing of how to do this. Okay, anyway, so we're going to talk about the solutions now. Okay, so trying to be all things to all people. All right, so you're running around trying to please everyone. Now here's the solution to that. Okay, number one, going to create a Venn diagram. And this will be in the worksheet, but you can just do it on a piece of paper too. Okay, so focus on the 20% of your work that you love to do the most. Combine that with the things you're really good at, your skills and strengths, the people you love to work with, and the ways you love to work. So when you hone in on that, you're going to be much more effective. You'll stand out from the crowd, you'll get better faster at what you actually love to do, and you'll design around your weakness. So like, don't try to be great at things you suck at. Just suck at them and be good at the things you love, okay? So that's that. Number two, reinventing the wheel. So, if you don't have any consistent contracts, proposals, invoices, packages, etc., it's a nightmare because you're always having to do everything custom, and I've done that a lot in the past. So then, create packages and procedures. You can give variations on the packages, you can create add-ons, but the more you do that, you'll find that you're really much more focused. And then part three, you end up taking much longer than you budgeted for on projects. There's a bunch of solutions for this, and I could talk a long time, but I'll keep it fairly short. Okay, so one solution is it's possible you're compressing many offerings into one. So in that case, you might actually be like compressing it so that the client cannot really understand all that you're giving them. And they don't know enough to know that it's actually much more valuable than they realize, and you're like cramming it all into one. Another solution is educate your customer and mark out break out your services clearly delineate them. Okay, another solution is be honest with yourself about how long things take. I've gotten into the past, and I've seen other people get into in the past, or thinking, oh, this should take 3 hours because I want it to take 3 hours, and not valuing your time. So value your time. Okay, so another solution is prepare your clients. So if you create an onboarding system and some kind of automated workflow, or at least some kind of onboarding information on your website, then they'll be more prepared to understand how you work and work with you and be much more efficient when they actually do work with you. And then another one is pre-qualify your clients. So if you pre-qualify them so that you can have like a questionnaire or some education that actually scares off the ones that are really not good for you. So a good example of that would be if you're a web designer and you don't want to do websites under $5,000. Let's say your target is $10,000. So then you can have a questionnaire that says my budget. And then the budget drop down says $5,000 to $10,000, $10,000 to $20,000, $20,000 to $50,000. Anybody that's below $5,000 is just going to leave, and you won't have to deal with them. So I hope those things were helpful. If you want a full set of worksheets of that, then please feel free to go to awakeningapp.work/help, and I will send them to you if you fill out the form. And I also do a free 30-minute coaching call, at least as of June 2019 I'm doing it. We'll see exactly how long this continues, but for now it's being really fun to do this. And so basically I will listen to you, and in 30 minutes I will give you a really nice experience of what I see from my sort of many dimensions of experience with this kind of thing, like would be a really good set of recommendations. And I will give you a skeleton of steps you can take on your own. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. No sales whatsoever. If you want help from me, that's great. And anyway, so go to awakeningapp.work/help and get some help. Hope this was helpful. Thank you.